Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is literally reshaping how businesses operate. We are breaking down some truly fascinating research by A. Ramanova on modeling autonomous AI systems for corporate management. Now, we are talking about a massive paradigm shift here. We're moving way beyond AI as a mere support tool that just, drafts your emails or crunches spreadsheets. We're moving toward AI actually acting as an autonomous corporate boss.
Okay, just let this quote from the research sink in for a second. We are moving to an option where AI controls the decision-making process. That is a massive shift. We aren't just talking about a handy digital assistant sitting on your desktop anymore. We are actively watching AI take over the actual decision-making seat in the boardroom. It's moving from the passenger seat straight over to the steering wheel of corporate governance.
And look, if you think this is some distant sci-fi concept mapped out for the year 2050, check out this number, 2014. That was the year AI systems officially started getting appointed to senior management positions in international companies. The future isn't approaching. It arrived a whole decade ago.
So here is our roadmap for unpacking all of this today. First, AI enters the boardroom. Second, the types of AI bosses. Third, translating law into code. Fourth, dedicated AI operational context. And finally, training AI with synthetic data. Let's get into it.
All right, Section 1, AI enters the boardroom. Let's look at the current reality.
It is absolutely crucial to realize that AI leadership isn't just a futuristic concept. It is a current reality unfolding across global corporations right now. Take a look at the screen at the far end of that table. That is Aiden Insight. Aiden actually serves as a non-voting observer on the board of directors at IHC. It isn't just passively recording the meeting. It's a prime example of an AI actively participating in high-level corporate strategy right alongside human executives. It processes massive amounts of data to guide corporate leadership. So if AI is already in the boardroom, what do these systems actually look like?
Which brings us to Section 2, Types of AI Bosses. We need to categorize what these AI managers are.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer contrast between these two approaches. On one side, you have Mika. Mika is a personalized humanoid AI CEO for Dictador. But then on the other side, you've got the ADNOC Digital Command Center, which is literally a massive, room-sized, multifunctional interface. Both represent AI management, but their physical footprints? They couldn't be more different.
So to summarize the research concisely, there are 4 distinct categories of AI systems that have received official management appointments. You've got the multifunctional digital command centers we just looked at, separate personalized virtual systems, humanoid robots like Mika, and finally, hybrid systems, which are expected to blend all these capabilities together in the near future. But putting an AI in charge immediately brings up a massive question. How on earth do we regulate them?
Let's move to Section 3, Translating Law into Code, Governing Autonomous AI.
This brings us to a really crucial concept, computational law. You see, human decisions are social constructs, right? But AI decisions are technical constructs. So we actually have to reduce the law to a set of algorithms that a computer can automatically execute. Crazy enough, famous mathematicians like Leibniz and Laplace, they dreamed about this centuries ago. But today, we actually have the tech to implement it and seamlessly transform raw data into actual legal conclusions.
Now, if algorithmic law sounds entirely abstract to you, just think about modern tax law. It already uses mathematical functions for individual rules. That right there proves algorithmic legislation is completely possible. And honestly, it's already happening. We are essentially just scaling that everyday reality all the way up to the level of corporate governance.
Moving right along to Section 4, Dedicated AI Operational Context, essentially creating the AI tracks.
Even with computational law, you can't just drop an algorithmic boss into a standard human office. You have to create a specific, vital environment where these algorithms can safely operate. Think about this brilliant analogy posed by the source material. Should an autonomous AI be treated like a car on public roads, just kind of mingling with everyday human traffic and unpredictability? Or is it more like a train that absolutely requires dedicated infrastructure, its own tracks, to operate safely? Well, the research strongly suggests they need their own tracks.
And those tracks are exactly what we call a dedicated operational context. Practically, this means corporations have to write their rules in 2 parallel versions. You've got one version for human psychology, our standard codes and policies, and then you have a parallel version strictly coded for AI processing. This one is built on a dictionary of algorithmic terms. Humans follow human rules, and AI follows the algorithm. Simple as that.
All right, final stretch. Section 5, Training AI with Synthetic Data, Teaching Ethical AI.
This is the practical application of how we actually teach these AI bosses to make ethical decisions on those new algorithmic tracks. Look, when training an AI to be a CEO, you can't just feed it all historical corporate data. Why? Because history is full of really bad human decisions. So training AI isn't just about feeding it data, it's about deliberately curating that data. We use synthetic data to ensure that AI doesn't just learn our worst habits, and more importantly, that its actions won't compound prior human injustice.
To make this super tangible, researchers actually used the infamous Enron corporate scandal. They took actual historical violations, the Enron email corpus, and applied adversarial machine learning. They basically pitted AI models against each other, using a model called Gemma 2B to generate synthetic data. What they did was brilliantly transform real records of human wrongdoing into a totally safe, controlled training set for the AI.
So the crucial point here is they didn't just hand the AI the real Enron emails. No, they generated exactly 517 synthetic emails addressed to a hypothetical CEO, completely filled with suggestions for manipulating company value. By using these fake, synthetic examples, they can safely teach the AI exactly how to recognize and manage corporate fraud.
And all of this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate philosophy behind this research, taking us right back to Isaac Asimov's famous zeroth law of robotics. A robot may not injure humanity or, through inaction, allow humanity to come to harm. This perfectly highlights the ultimate challenge we face with modeling AI for corporate management. How do we balance private corporate profit interests with public safety and ethical governance?
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought to really chew on. We are actively building the legal frameworks, we're laying down the dedicated tracks, and we're generating the synthetic ethical data. And the technology, it is already sitting in boardrooms today. If AI has to step up to balance private corporate goals with public safety, my question to you is, are you ready for an algorithmic boss? Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.